Entrenched in my lifestyle is my devotion to participate in acts of kindness. Thus, as I reflect upon the various acts of kindness since last Friday, I do not recall any obstacles that I encountered. When I am kind to others, this usually creates open doors for me to share the gospel. The following represents 6 acts of kindness. Firstly, while at Costco yesterday, I helped a Hispanic woman locate the woman's bathroom. She seemingly knew very little English, and as I understood her dilemma, I directed her to the bathroom. Secondly, also at Costco, the man standing behind me in line at the checkout had one item to purchase. I opted to allow him to proceed ahead of me. He seemed surprised and asked me twice if I was sure that I wanted him to move ahead of me. I reminded him that I asked him to go ahead of me. Yesterday, a friend of mine had an appointment with his mechanic. He did not have a ride to make his way back home from that appointment. Because of the federal holiday, the bus service in my area ran on a special schedule. It meant it would take him approximately 2 hours to return home. I opted to go to his mechanic and pick him up to take him back to his house. Fourthly, last week, one of my friends had a rather difficult week. Among his challenges was a biopsy of his prostate. The results were negative. I decided to take him out to lunch on Sunday to celebrate the good news and God's goodness towards him. My project manager at work seems upset with me because I refuse to tolerate his unprofessional behavior. Seemingly, he's not speaking with me. However, I have elected to continue to engage him via email, text messages, or verbally, despite his desire to not respond to me. Finally, my wife and I shared breakfast on Saturday morning. The waitress expressed she was not scheduled to work. She seemed overwhelmed, inattentive, and distracted in her service. I opted to be kind and tip her above her expectation. As I contemplated these acts of kindness during the last week, I'm reminded of Paul's letter to the Ephesians, to be ye kind, tender-hearted, and forgiving one another. I believe that as I practice these acts of kindness, members of my congregation would benefit from these acts of kindness, and also they themselves will begin to emulate the practice of being kind to others. Thank you.